I grew up in Grand Forks, North Dakota. When I was 8 years old, my grandpa brought home Red Dawn, the original version with Charlie Sheen and Patrick Swayze and the Wolverines. And I watched that and I instantly, I guess I fell in love with the military and everything, and I said to myself, you know what, one day I want to do that. One day I want to fight for my country.
Go, come on, come on.
I go, evidently, your mission in life wasn't gonna be completed in the Marine Corps. It's out here somewhere, and I think he's starting to find that he really has a connection with young kids, because he was a pretty crazy teenager. You know, didn't like school, very, you know, kind of rebellious and that kind of thing, and I think he relates to these kids in a way that I can't, and he just really wants to influence the next generation of kids coming up, because he's like, they don't have anything. They don't have anyone to give them drive, motivation, a reason to keep doing this. You know, they want things handed to them, but it's not gonna work that way. And, you know, when you play a sport and when you're really going after a goal, you realize there's a lot of repetitive, there's the daily grind, and you have to go through that to get where you wanna go. And you have to be disciplined. And so that's what he wants to give them through this.
How you feeling? Good. Don't hurt yourself, man.
It was a beautiful morning outside, just like this, sun shining, blue skies, and I just had this knot in my stomach. It was started a week prior. I see a van walking by with a gun. I said, hey, do you mind if I gun today? Because I had something tell me, like, get on the gun today. He's like, yeah, no problem, man. And then he drove. I was supposed to drive. And we get a call over the radio saying, hey, a Humvee's been blown up. Loaded up the Humvee and we're off. We're going back to base. We take a turn. The boys were laughing, sitting there reclined back in the turret, and all of a sudden, I'm looking into a white light. Happened so fast, I didn't feel anything. All I heard was like a small, very light ringing in my ear, but I did feel myself spinning and flipping in the air. And it took me a few seconds to realize, and I thought, like, man, we just hit a bomb. And all of a sudden, I'm looking down on the scene, and above it, and I hear this most violent, horrific yell I've ever heard in my life. I look down, I see my body. Saw it falling towards my body, and then all of a sudden I snapped to it and realized that was me yelling.
Come on, let's go. Good.
People see him and they're like, oh, he still does that. Like, they're shocked that he hasn't just given up on life. No, and it's funny because his amputation is actually one of his more minor injuries that he sustained.
Through this whole process, one of the coping mechanisms was lifting weights. You know, my boys taught me how to lift weights in Iraq. From the moment I got back till now, weightlifting has been a huge part of my life. With ZV Athletics, the Z stands for Zanudo and the V stands for Van Alstyne, the two Marines that we lost on that day. I think God spared me to give people hope, because if I can overcome this, and people look at me and see my story, see where I've been, and see where I am now, they could say, you know what, I can do that. It gives me assurance that that I can help people through it. Like, if I can overcome this, you can easily overcome losing 15 pounds, or you could easily overcome making the varsity squad or winning the medal, whatever. You know, I said you just have to put in the work.
I'm still catching my breath.